Hello, everyone. Thank you so much for joining me again for day 4 of our 30-day challenge. Taking a baby steps one day at a time, every little habit, every little action that we take will help us to build the habit that we need to control our diabetes and prevent diabetes related complications. So today is all about the ABCs of diabetes. So when we think of diabetes, especially preventing diabetes related complications, there are some health, some labs and some things that we have to pay attention on a regular basis, because they will tell us in advance what's going on in our body before we hit the bad diabetes related complication. So before we start, let's say this again: I can and I will manage my diabetes. My diabetes doesn't stop me from living the life that I want to live. I can and I will manage my diabetes. My diabetes is not going to stop me from doing the things I love to do. Thank you so much for joining me again for day 4. I'm very excited. We are halfway of this first challenge. So the first one, the ABCs of diabetes, the first one, A stands for hemoglobin A1C. So the A1C, or the hemoglobin A1C, is a short form for hemoglobin A1C. It shows what your blood glucose has been for over the last 2-3 months, and it lets you know if your blood glucose level is under control. Controlling your blood glucose level will help prevent complication. Get this test at least twice a year. If you're type 1, they usually do it for you, which I am, every 3 months, so that's a good thing. If you're type 2, depending on your healthcare provider, they do it twice a year. So the number to aim for a person with diabetes is below 7. Below 7. Sometimes I know it can get a little harder to get it below 7, but it's doable. I believe in you. So ABCs of diabetes, A1C. The A1C test is the measure, as I said, control over the 3-2 months. Each A1C percentage, point above the 7 doubles our risk of the complication. So if the A1C is 8, it doubles the risk of the complication. It doubles the risk of blindness. It doubles the risks of kidney failure. It doubles the risks of amputation. It doubles the risks of heart attack. And all of the risks gets doubled by 1 point increase. So monitoring your blood glucose level at home between the doctor visit help you know if what you're doing is working to keep your blood glucose level controlled. Most of the blood glucose monitor machines, they give you an average of the 7-day reading. So based on that reading, you can determine where you are standing, whether you have to fix your diet, fix your exercise, and also adjust your medication based on your doctor's advisor, or to continue and how it is. So the blood glucose target for most people using a standard plasma, which is the fingerprint and a finger prick, or the blood work, is before meal 70 to 100. 1 to 2 hours after the start of the meal is 180 milligram per deciliter. So for example, lowering your A1C level by just 1%, can reduce your risk for all complications by 30%. That's a huge number, between 30 and 35%, and cut your risk of heart attack by 18%. So it is I think it's worth everything to work hard on achieving lowering your A1C and your blood glucose, because 30 to 35% is a huge number to risk by not taking care of ourselves. So the action plan for today is ask your healthcare provider what your last A1C is. Once you find out, as I mentioned it in the previous slide, the normal A1C, or the targeted A1C for a person with diabetes is below 7. So based on that, does your A1C needs improvement? If you say yes, what can you do? You will get, lots of education tips and strategies to improve your diabetes and avoid related complications during this 30-day challenge. And also, as an individual, what can you do to get that number lower? Because as we've seen, by lowering at least 1%, you can reduce your chances of diabetes related complication by 30 to 35%. So it is doable. It is something you can achieve. And I have all, you have all my support. And also you can and you will manage your diabetes and live a healthy and a happy life. It's manageable, it's doable. So thank you so much again for tuning in again for day 4 of our challenge. Tomorrow, I'll see you tomorrow. Make sure you take that 5 minutes and take this action, write it down. You will get a form to write down, like, all your numbers for this, that until the end of this week, to write down all your numbers that I'm asking you to write down. There's a form. I'm gonna attach it with I'm gonna, like, leave it in the description below the link, so you can just click the link and you can download the form, so you can start writing down those things, and you can take those paperworks to your doctors too, and that can be also in your file. And also you can take a picture of it, and so you can have it in your phone and available whenever you need it. Thank you so much again. You can and you will manage your diabetes. Diabetes doesn't stop you from living the life you want to live. Have a great and a blessed day. See you tomorrow.